Now, we've discussed kind of how President Crow at Arizona State, he did not want what happened. And there's part of that is his loyalty to the conference and also just did not want to budge. And that's admirable. But also, he has just basically I've used this term and I'll continue to drag through broken glass and also hot coals. He threw this out there last night. He is an Iowa State graduate. He was an athlete at Iowa State. I have good memories of the Big 12 Conference. I look forward to making more. And he throws an old picture of him throwing the javelin. I mean, he was a heck of an athlete, but was that, you think, in response because he was a little bit edgy on Friday and didn't seem to be too thrilled with the news?
Well, I mean, it wasn't just Friday. It was Thursday at that meeting. I mean, it was all of those things that you can just go back and listen to him saying and, maybe looking down his nose at the Big 12 a little bit. And he was, and I don't think there was anything wrong with, defending the Pac-12 until the end, if that's what you wanted and you thought was going to happen. But he does need to start dealing with the reality of things now, and that's you better be an enthusiastic member of the Big 12 and not for the other people in the Big 12. That'll work itself out on its own. But, Michael Crow and Ray Anderson are going to have to answer for the fact that the other school in your state was much more prepared for this storm than you were. And, you got a lifeline and you're lucky, but, if you weren't already who you were, maybe that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, well, I don't think the Big 12 existed when that picture was taken, for one. Yeah, I know what he's meaning.
Yeah,
I know what he's meaning by connecting the dots there. So, yeah, I mean, that's cool. I think that was probably some just naturally like, hey, I played for one of these schools and now we're back together. And I'm sure part of it too was a little bit of, I'm not the most popular guy in Big 12 country right now or one of the least popular people at the moment because I'm not thrilled about this move, but I don't blame him. I mean, I don't blame him for who likes losing. We're covering who likes to be on the losing side of things. You just spent last 2 years talking about how you're not going anywhere and how the Pac's going to be great. And it's going to be together. And it's going to be unified. And they're going to make money. It's a layup. They're going to make more money than the Big 12. Not that he said all of these things, but he was a part of the mix of people that said all these things and said it for over a year. And to sit there and get all the way to the very end when you're, I guess some were thinking that Oregon and Washington and everything was going to stay together and have it all blow up last week. I mean, who's taking that well? That was your entire reality shattered. Your future that you thought was going to be a certain way broken and, ripped apart. And you lost. I mean, you did. In so many ways you lost because what you wanted to happen didn't happen. And so who's going to take that well? I mean, yeah, he could have probably said a thing or two differently, but I don't blame the guy for not being thrilled. But yeah, you have to be smarter and understand your audience now. And so I think that's him trying to, probably smooth things over and be a part of that new audience. But I don't blame, I won't say saying things is good, but being upset about it. Yeah, I think naturally every Pac-12 leader is a bit upset these last few days.
I think Friday, what Anderson was the West Virginia comment, but Friday he was at a practice or whatever and was asked a group of media. And one of the things he was talking about was that Apple TV and made it sound like it was, coming in from Mars. It was
Star
new.
Wars or whatever, yeah.